back to Nurse Talk. If you're new to Nurse Talk, welcome. And if you're an oldie, welcome back. Here on Nurse Talk, we talk about nursing trending topics. And we dazzle in a little travel content in there too. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and like and subscribe and keep up with us.
Today we are talking about a disparity in the healthcare system. Primarily for Black mothers that are giving birth. So Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana has made a statement saying, if you correct our population for race, we're not as much of an outlier as it otherwise appear.
He's basically saying, if we don't look at all the races and we kind of don't focus on the Black race, then we're not doing so bad. I think that Senator Cassidy mainly said this because Louisiana has been rated the last state of all 50 with their healthcare systems, and their Black maternal mortality rate is one of the highest.
Yes, 4 Black mothers for every 1 white mother die giving birth, and then 2 Black babies to every 1 white baby in Louisiana dies as well. So these stats are staggering.
Yeah, and it's crazy. As a whole, our country has high Black maternal mortality rates, right? Mm-hmm. They're saying that this is because we have other comorbidities going on, because of our access to health care, structural racism, meaning when you get in the hospital, our complaints and everything aren't taken as seriously as other races.
Right.
And implicit bias. So I want to say we had looked into that article about Serena.
Yes, Serena Williams actually had to advocate for herself while she was giving birth. I believe it was for a PE. Don't quote me completely, but it had something to do with a blood clot. And she had had a blood clot in the past, so she was aware of what the signs were. And she had to advocate for herself to let them know that she felt something was wrong. And she was ignored several times regarding this, which is crazy. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Imagine if somebody that isn't of Serena Williams' stature was, having this complaint, or if they just didn't know what the signs of a blood clot are. And they didn't know that their shortness of breath was related to that.
Right.
This person could have died. Right. So it's kind of like, it's really scary.
Yeah. And it's horrible to think that this is an issue, but it really is. Racism, structural racism in the healthcare system is it's glaring. It's a real thing. So with the mortality rates, that's another reason why they're a lot higher than other races, because we're not really being taken seriously. They're saying that Black mothers are 3 times more likely to die in childbirth than white mothers. 3 times more likely to die than white mothers overall. Now, this is not just in Louisiana. Before, the stats were strictly for Louisiana. This is overall. So as a Black mother who's looking to experience childbirth, we suggest that you deal with a doula or a gynecologist, just a team that you trust, a team that listens to you and really puts you and your family needs first.
Right. And also seek medical care from the beginning of your pregnancy.
Yeah. Stay
up on your appointments. Make sure that you're doing everything that you're supposed to, so you don't so you can reduce the chances of having something like this happen. So they're aware of whatever comorbidities that you do have beforehand. Prenatal care is very important.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things you can do. Obviously, you can't stop racism, unfortunately, from happening, but you can do some things to try to
educate yourself.
Right.
And then advocate for yourself, and then limit your risk factors. So if you're a smoker, stop smoking. If you're a drinker, stop drinking. Right. Do those little things to kind of help your birthing process in the long run. So yeah, what Mr. Senator Bill Cassidy said was wild. It's going to be hard for him to come back from this one, because you can't just neglect a race so that you can have better
better stats.
Stats. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
We the people is all of us. We all in this. So you have to count us all. So that's why we're saying if they're not going to advocate for you, you advocate for yourself.
Right. Speak up. If something feels wrong, it probably is wrong. Make sure that you're consistent with saying it. And then hopefully you have somebody that is a great support system that can also advocate for you as well.
Right. And if they're not listening, fire them. Find another one. Okay. That's your right.
You do have that right.
Yep. So if you have had an experience like this, or you know someone who's had an experience like this, go ahead and share your thoughts on that. We're interested to know how you guys feel. I think we stand pretty firm on that is crazy.
Right, exactly.
And that you should advocate for yourself to help prevent that from happening. But go ahead and share your thoughts and comments below. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in with us today. We hope you enjoyed our topic. If you did enjoy what we discussed today, go ahead and like down below and subscribe so you can keep up with topics in the future.
Yep. And as always, we'll catch you next time.